Got the picture of a man police say is a killer, and they say he's on the loose. We'll talk about that. Also, a city representative arrested at a city council meeting here in the borderland. Our New Mexico mobile newsroom crew just learning how long he spent in jail. It's new at 9. Also accused of holding his wife and her boyfriend hostage, then shooting that man in the head. ABC-7 was there today as an ex-Border Patrol supervisor learned his fate. We also know that El Paso voters really want them tonight. ABC-7 learned we're a little bit closer to learning where they're going to be built. We're talking about details on a new arena, a cultural center, and even a children's museum. And also tonight, an explanation on the negotiation breakdown between UMC and Children's Hospital. The emotions are hot.
It's really sad to me that we're still giving our hand, we're extending our hand to them, and they're attacking us in this manner. It's disgusting.
Well, ABC-7 is working to bring you complete coverage, the latest out of the federal courthouse today, and what happens in the next week. Nichole.
Another warm day today, but I'll let you know when the cooler temperatures will arrive and when the rain chances will go up. That's coming up in Storm Track Weather.
Thanks so much, Nichole. It's all next on ABC-7 at 9. Get ready. You become part of the day's news right now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
Hello, everybody. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the CW. I'm Bob Harp. I have all your top stories coming up, and those that are getting some reaction on social media tonight, they're getting hot. Like the temps, Nichole just stepped outside a few minutes ago. It's still warm out there tonight.
It is still warm out there, but we didn't break or tie any records today, so that's the good thing. Yeah, we were about 10 degrees above average at the El Paso International Airport. But we'll take a look at those numbers. We're currently tracking clear skies out there, and as Bob just mentioned, we're still in the 80s. Details on that cool down coming up in just a bit. Bob?
80s feel like high 90s, I swear. All right, thanks so much, Nichole. Appreciate that. New at 9 tonight, ABC-7 working some brand new information on the search for a murder suspect. Within the last 2 hours, we got the mugshot of 37-year-old Carlos Lozano. Take a look. He is the man police say shot and killed 32-year-old Jorge Hinojos. This happened outside of a West Side bar Sunday morning, according to police. Now, Lozano is wanted for murder tonight. He is considered armed and dangerous. If you happen to know where he is, you are asked to call the El Paso Police Department immediately. ABC-7 also following the search for another man tonight, one who robbed an East El Paso credit union with a gun. It's been 11 hours, and we've asked for updates throughout the day. And as of right now, we're told the suspect, he's still out there.
As he walked into the bank, you could see it clearly that he had the gun. He gets up to the teller, he points it to the teller, and tells her, "Give me all your money, lady."
Well, after he got that money, the FBI says the man walked outside and hasn't been seen since. It happened just after 10:30 this morning at the Mountain Star Federal Credit Union. That's at Lee Trevino and Vista del Sol on the east side. Now, we asked the FBI for a description of the suspect, and the spokesman says he's Hispanic, about 5'7", with a thin build. Doesn't really know how old he is, but they do know he was wearing a gray hoodie with white letters on the front and back and some blue jeans. If you know anything about this man's whereabouts, call the FBI. ABC-7 still trying to get some more information out of the El Paso Police Department tonight on a morning wreck that happened at Donovan and Artcraft. Well, this morning a spokesman told us 5 people were hurt. Our crew on the scene saw some of them being pulled out of a hole that was cut in the roof of a car. The spokesman also said one person could be charged with intoxicated assault. We're still waiting for the update from police. And also yet another question we are currently trying to get answered for you tonight. Was a grenade found in East El Paso a live grenade? This was the tweet that we got from El Paso police just before our noon show. Bomb squad called out to a device at the 1800 block of Larry Hinson. That is near Treywood in between Lee Trevino and George Dieter. So that is where we sent our crew to get some video and the story. Here's that video. Since the news broke, we learned a city worker found the grenade while cleaning up a vacant property. The entire neighborhood was closed off just in case it was a live grenade. But again, we're still waiting to learn if it was. Police will tell us, though, it was from the World War I era, and we know nobody was hurt. Another scandal in Sunland Park politics tonight, just 3 months after the former mayor-elect was sentenced to probation for extortion. Tonight, ABC-7 following the arrest of this man, City Rep Sergio Carrillo, on a drug possession charge. Since ABC-7 at 6, we confirmed he bonded out Monday night, just hours after arrested at a city council meeting.
I was a little shocked because it was I was not anticipating this at all, but the sheriff did come in and then asked to speak to Councilor Carrillo. And that moment he walked up and I mean, it happened in less than 30 seconds. So I was a little shocked about this happening during the executive session.
So, of course, ABC-7 went right to the mayor today for the details because he saw the arrest firsthand. He says Doña Ana County Sheriff's deputies arrested Carrillo because of something that happened the previous night. So we confirmed today with the sheriff's office, and the deputies say Carrillo was pulled over in a routine traffic stop. Deputies suspected he had drugs in the car. He allegedly refused to let the deputies search the car, and Carrillo was let go, but the deputies got a search warrant and kept the car. We're told the next day, deputies went to the city council meeting, told Carrillo they found an ounce of marijuana in his car, and they arrested him right there at the meeting. The charge Carrillo faces is a misdemeanor. Our New Mexico mobile newsroom crew working this story all day, also learning Carrillo was a substitute teacher for the Gadsden School District. We checked, and he's now on administrative leave. As for that former mayor-elect that we told you about a moment ago, Daniel Salinas, he was sentenced to 3 years probation for extortion back in June. Salinas had a woman give his political opponent a lap dance. He had it videotaped and then used that video to extort the man he was running against. Voters in Sunland Park elected Salinas even after he had been arrested and charged. Salinas, though, never took office. All right, just when you thought it might be coming to an end, negotiations between the county hospital and El Paso Children's Hospital, they're ongoing. Still, they continue, at least for another week. ABC-7 was in the courtroom today as a bankruptcy judge, Christopher Mott, postponed a hearing on whether UMC is actually going to be allowed to give its plan to save Children's Hospital. That is set to happen on Tuesday. Our complete coverage continues, and again, it appears to give another week for negotiations between the two. And we thought there might even be a deal yesterday, depending on whom you asked. Children's management sent us a series of statements last night saying they were shocked to hear that UMC was not going to do the deal. Children's told us they had accepted UMC's offer. Well, today, County Judge Veronica Escobar said last-minute emails between the negotiating parties shed some light on what really happened.
I saw the emails. You know, we got the emails, and the emails, at 11:58, we accept with the following clarifications. There were a couple of things that truly were clarifications, and one of them, a little addition here to this term, was not a clarification. It was a change in the intent and the spirit of what we meant, and it meant more concessions by us.
And those emails apparently had some redactions giving the specifics of the deal, and they are confidential. However, we learned both Escobar and Stout said that they are going forward with any negotiations. If they do, they must include UMC as Children's partner with no other third party. So that could be a big sticking point in this situation. Now, Children's has not yet responded to a request for comment on that specific issue. Speaking of UMC, the hospital really wanted to get its finances in order so it could fix the $500 million budget for the upcoming year. Yesterday, commissioners approved that budget. The tax rate will be 22 cents for every $100 your home is worth. Commissioners Carlos Leon and Vince Perez voted against that budget, though, saying they're simply not pleased with how the hospital gives big bonuses to managers and administrators. An ABC-7 photographer out on the streets capturing this video. Take a look. It shows the cause of all that black smoke you may have seen in the sky just after 11 this morning. A house went up in flames in Juarez, just across the border from UTEP. Our newsroom is still working with our news partners over in Juarez to learn what happened here and what started that fire. We're being told, though, no serious injuries. ABC-7 and TechStyle with some live traffic coverage for you tonight. Here you go. The east side of El Paso, I-10 and Eastlake. No one's on the road. Everybody's nice and cozy because it's too hot to go outside, Nichole, or is it just me?
Not that hot.
I'm exaggerating, I know, but it's warm out there, I tell you what.
It is warm. You're right about that. I'll give you that one. It's warm outside.
Thank you. It's warm in the studio, too.
It is a little warm in the
Just a little
studio.
bit.
But it's nice outside, though. Clear skies. It'll continue to be nice tonight and into tomorrow as well. Let's check on our clouds and radar picture. Show you those nice, calm, quiet, clear conditions out there. Again, we're not tracking anything across the borderland. It is a nice night. Our highs today on our ABC-7 WeatherNet site, sponsored by the Mattress Firm. Just outside of our ABC-7 studio, 96 degrees was the high we hit. Also 96 at Laredo Academy, 93 at Indian Ridge, and Loma Terrace also hit the 90s today. The winds have been up throughout the evening. Right now at the airport, they're at 12 miles per hour. A little lighter in Las Cruces. Breezy in Alamogordo and Guadalupe Pass. Winds are coming in at 14 miles per hour. So the breezes will continue for tonight, especially if you live on the west side of town. The next few days, we're tracking the heat, plenty of sunshine, but changes are on the way for your weekend. What does that mean if you're headed to the UTEP homecoming game? Have that answer in Storm Track Weather. Bob?
All right, now you know it's autumn. Homecoming's right around the corner, right? Well, so will El Paso have a children's hospital after all of that saga is settled? Who knows? But we do know we'll have a brand new children's museum, a cultural center, and a new downtown arena. Voters approved to pay for all three in the quality of life bond election a few years ago. But where will they go? ABC-7 with new developments tonight. Now, we were at today's City Council meeting where two law firms were hired to figure all this out. ABC-7 asked the city manager, Tommy Gonzalez, today about any possible conflicts of interest with these law firms and the city and where they might be built. He says both law firms have no business interests connected to downtown, and he also says the firms know they need to take a close look at what will surround the projects.
What types of additional development could occur around those sites? So it wasn't just looking at a particular site for those particular facilities, but what could happen around it.
Well, the firm will cost no more than 1% of the project's budget. For example, if the arena's budget is $180 million, which it is, the firms cannot be paid more than $1.8 million for the project. And don't forget that one possible location for the Hispanic Cultural Center is behind the buzz on our Facebook pages over the last few weeks. We could learn by the end of the year if the group in charge of recommending its location to the firm, chosen today, will suggest the Abraham Chavez Theater as the new center. Yeah, that would mean the theater, which is generating a lot of money these days, would no longer be a venue for shows and concerts. And this has you telling us things like Armando on Facebook, someone decide quick before City Council tears it down. Of course, making a reference to the destruction of the old City Hall to make room for the ballpark. And Julie telling us, no, leave it alone. But Michael likes the idea with a simple yes. However you feel about the locations for this cultural center, children's museum, and sports arena, you can count on ABC-7 to bring you complete coverage with our reporters working all sides of those stories. Well, a big congratulations tonight to Lamar Elementary School in Central El Paso. It's the only school in El Paso, and get this, one of just 25 in the entire state of Texas to be named a Blue Ribbon School by the U.S. Department of Education. This is a big deal. The school surpassed state and national requirements, and they have an economically disadvantaged population of 25% or more. Well, the state's Commissioner of Education says Lamar was chosen because of the strong education efforts taking place on the campus. Way to go, Longhorns. Also tonight, Vietnam vets, they are often thought of as the heroes who were not properly thanked. We saw that change in Las Cruces this year with a new memorial. Well, now women who have died in conflict are about to get the same recognition. And this week, our Borderland Blitz Play of the Week, or Play of the Night, it's up to you. In the running, Tristan Cooper from Andress and Randy Thompson from Hanks. We got the Eagles versus the Knights. You choose the winner later in sports at 10 is when the answer will be revealed, but we'll tell you how to vote in just a bit. Nichole?
The winds will be a little breezy on the west side of town, but even stronger this weekend ahead of a cold front. Details in Storm Track Weather.
This is ABC 7 at 9 on the CW. You don't just watch the news. You are the news. We'll be right back.